I'm about to embark to a place in space that is usually off limits and hidden. The public is not allowed on a ship like this, nor even on the dock. There are no ordinary citizens to witness the workings of an industry that is one of the most fundamental to their daily existence. These ships and boxes belong to a business that feeds, clothes, warms, and supplies us. They have fueled, if not created, globalization. They are the reason behind your cheap t-shirt and your reasonably priced television. Sometimes on trains I play a numbers game. A woman listening to headphones, 8. A man reading a book, 15. The child in the stroller, at least 4, including the stroller. The game is to reckon how many of our clothes and possessions and food products have been transported by ship. The beads around the woman's neck, the man's iPhone and Japanese-made headphones, her Sri Lanka-made skirt and blouse, his printed in China book. I can always go wider, deeper, and in any direction. The fabric on the seats, the rolling stock, the fuel powering the train, the conductor's uniform, the coffee in my cup, the fruit in my bag. Definitely the fruit, so frequently shipped in refrigerated containers that it has been given its own temperature. 2 degrees Celsius is chill, but 13 degrees is banana. Trade carried by sea has grown fourfold since 1970 and is still growing. In 2011, the 360 commercial ports of the United States took in international goods worth $1.73 trillion, or 80 times the value of all U.S. trade in 1960. There are more than 100,000 ships at sea carrying all the solids, liquids, and gases that we need to live. Only 6,000 are container vessels like the Kindle, but they make up for this small proportion by their dizzying capacity. The biggest container ship can carry 15,000 boxes. It can hold 746 million bananas, one for every European on the ship. If the containers of the Maersk alone were lined up, they would stretch 11,000 miles, or nearly halfway around the planet. If they were stacked instead, they would be 1,500 miles high, 7,530 Eiffel Towers. If Kindle discharged her containers onto trucks, the line of traffic would be 60 miles long. Trade has always traveled, and the world has always traded. Ours, though, is an era of extreme interdependence. Hardly any nation is now self-sufficient. In 2011, the United Kingdom shipped in half of its gas. The United States relies on ships to bring in 2/3 of its oil supplies. Every day, 38 million tons of crude oil sets off by sea somewhere, although you may not notice it. Its revenues in 2011 were $60.2 billion, only slightly less than Microsoft's. Microsoft provides the software that runs computers. Maersk brings us the computers. One is infamous. Somehow, the other is mostly invisible. In practice, the ocean is the world's wildest place because of both its fearsome natural danger and how easy it is out there to slip from the boundaries of law and civilization that seem so firm ashore. TV crime dramas now frequently use ports as visuals shorthand for places of criminal, suspicious activity. I don't know why they don't just go out to sea. If something goes wrong in international waters, there is no police force or union official to assist. Who do you complain to when you're employed by a Manila Manning agency on a ship owned by an American, flagged by Panama, managed by a Cypriot in international waters? The blankness of that blue sea on our map applies to the people who work on it too. Buy your fair trade coffee beans by all means, but don't assume the fair trade principles govern the conditions of the men who fetch it to you. You would be mistaken.